In Proverbs 2:7, it says that you are a shield to those who walk with integrity.
Groundbreaking things have happened when you look at Newton-Azrak, policy-wise, training-wise, tactics-wise. Things that we do changed because of what happened with them. This is the site. I hope we pass the word. I hope we don't let it. We keep it alive. Their blood's in the soil.
On June 17th, 1967, 2 Border Patrol agents went missing. Theodore L. Newton Jr. and George F. Azrak made their last call in at 2:30 a.m. on a Saturday. A relentless search of the Temecula area soon followed. Thousands of people, including law enforcement officers and civilian groups from San Diego and Riverside counties, joined the search. But they were too late.
Firefighter Ron Davidson spotted an abandoned vehicle hidden under brush in a nearby shack. Inside, everyone's worst fears were confirmed. Both men were found handcuffed to a stove, where they were shot and killed at close range. And with that, the manhunt was back on. This time for the murderer.
The FBI had one possible suspect, 26-year-old drug smuggler Victor Bono. Meanwhile, a man overheard a conversation at a bar that alerted his attention. The patron followed the man as he left the bar to get a description of his vehicle. FBI agents tracked that vehicle to Los Angeles, where they questioned the suspect and received the names of 3 new leads: Florencio Matillon, Harold Montoya, and Alfred Montoya. 11 days after Newton-Azrak went missing, the FBI raided the home of Victor Bono. There they found an arsenal of weapons and Bono's wife, who they took into custody. But Bono was not there.
Victor Bono was soon added to the FBI's most wanted list. A month after the killings, FBI agents located the 2 suspected murderers, Victor Bono and Florencio Matillon, in a Los Angeles apartment building. In the early morning hours before dawn, 50 FBI agents quietly moved in and cleared the building of its residents. The 2 fugitives were ordered to come out on the loudspeaker.
"We have you surrounded,"
but did not comply. After launching tear gas into their second-story apartment, the men finally surrendered. On-scene witnesses say the 2 were sobbing uncontrollably as they were taken into custody. Police found an arsenal of weapons inside their apartment, including an automatic pistol with a jammed bullet, indicating one of the men had tried to fire on law enforcement. During their court testimony, the 2 suspects recalled the events of June 17.
Inspector Newton had questioned the Montoya brothers at 4 a.m. when they passed through the Highway 79 checkpoint in an old surplus ambulance. The 2 claimed to be returning from a camping trip. After waving the vehicle through, Newton noticed the springs were sagging, indicating a heavy load. Newton attempted to re-stop the vehicle, but it sped off. Newton and Azrak gave chase in their vehicle until the suspects stopped, at which point the inspectors took the Montoya brothers into custody. Tragically, the agents were caught off guard by a pickup truck that was trailing the ambulance. The driver and passenger of the pickup, Bono and Matillon, took the agents' weapons and forced Newton and Azrak into the trunk of their own vehicle. All 4 suspects were later found guilty, with Bono and Matillon given double life sentences.
Since their tragic deaths, the Border Patrol has kept the memory of Newton-Azrak alive. In 1973, the Newton-Azrak Award was established and is the U.S. Border Patrol's highest honor that can be bestowed on an agent for acts of bravery and heroism. In 2008, President Bush signed legislation to rename Murrieta Station as the Theodore Newton and George Azrak Station.
Today, we remember them still and keep their sacrifice in mind with every risk we take to protect our homeland. Theodore Newton, born July 30, 1941, in Concord, North Carolina, served 4 years in the Air Force before joining the Border Patrol. At the time of his murder, he was 25 years old. He was survived by his wife, son, and daughter. George Azrak, born June 30, 1945, in Brooklyn, New York. He completed an undergraduate degree in criminology at Florida State University prior to joining the Border Patrol. He was a judo expert. At the time of his murder, he was 21 years old. Both men are gone, but they will never be forgotten.
We ask you, Lord, to be an ever-present shadow for those who have been charged with the duties of keeping order, leading the new generation of Border Patrol agents and protecting them as they protect our nation.